It is really hard to be productive when you have COVID. That's just a fact of life. I'm one of those people that I fall apart when I have the flu or something like that. This COVID isn't that bad. I had it once before and I feel like it was a lot worse, but it is really hard to get things done. And I just got back from a vacation, and so I'm just behind on everything. But I'm still pushing forward because that's what you do when you're an adult. I hate being an adult. I really like to be laying in my bed watching some Amazon Prime or Netflix and playing my Switch, but no, I gotta press on. Luckily, I love what I do, so it makes it okay. Any good day starts off with a visit from McMuffin, or to McMuffin I should say. I'd normally like to bring around an apple or a treat or something like that, but my wife already beat us to the treat with the apple, and you can't give her too many apples, so she gets a carrot. What's going on, big girl? Need a carrot today? I think I could clean your room today, or your thing this week. I know we've been... I think we gotta clean your pen this week. I know we've been putting it off for a while, but it's a mess. But you are a pig, so maybe that's okay. Love you. So the best part about doing what I do is most of my stuff, when I'm not traveling, can be done at home in my office, which is right next to my bedroom. So that's the first plus of doing this. It's kind of nice. That's the one reason we bought such a big house, is so we could have a couple offices in it. Normally we would have been able to survive in a 4-bedroom house, but we got more so we could have some offices and stuff like that. By no stretch of the imagination is my house a mansion. It's just a typical home that someone put an extension on so they could house some nuns. Yeah, this place used to be owned by a church. I don't know if I told you guys that before. But the nuns used to stay here, so they built a bunch of these little rooms on an extension. So it works out perfectly for us. I don't think anyone else on the planet would really need this house, and I'm probably taking a bath on it when I eventually try and sell it. But it fit our needs. It was this or get an office, some kind of, office space or something like that. That would have been soundproof and a bunch of other things. We don't need that here. I've soundproofed this room pretty good. And we have editing rooms and stuff like that. So that's a plus. It's nice when you're sick and you literally have to get out of bed and come to the next room and start working. The good news is yesterday when I was really sick, I was able to knock out some scripts. So that's a plus. We'll see how it works out in my voice today. I tried to record Thursday, last Thursday or Wednesday. It was kind of rough. That's why we only had 2 videos out last week instead of 3. Wednesday was not happening. I couldn't even speak. I was coughing up ungodly looking things. Anyway, all right, let's get to work and see what's going on. So unique thing about Ketchikan, they don't have a lot of, let's say, corporate stores. They have a Walmart, it's outside of town. The local officials wouldn't let them build it in town because they wanted to protect like the local grocers and stuff like that in the local stores. So you won't find many corporate places in town. You got to go outside of town, and my understanding is the Walmart they have here is extremely small. The guy went in there that drove our bus, said he went in there, figured he'd just grab his charger for his phone. They had 2 options, neither of them fit his phone. How hard is that to pull off at a Walmart? There's a taxi. The guy said there's 2. I don't know if he meant there's 2 in the whole city or 2 in the whole 2 companies. Thank you. What's the deal with the diamonds here? What is the deal with the diamond stores? You want some orca corn, Gina? Want some orca corn? We should buy that and put it on Maisie's room. Or buy those for Thorin. Oh my God. hidden gems. It's just weird. Who goes on a cruise to buy jewelry? I guess people do, because there's enough of these shops. Creek Street's this way? Thank you. Oh, sorry. So it's the Ketchikan Creek. It's what this town is named after. They call this Creek Street because it's on Ketchikan Creek. And got a lot of history in this one. A lot of it. So the Ketchikan Creek was the summer fishing spot for the Tlingit people for centuries. And in 1885, a man named Mike Martin was sent by an Oregon canning company looking for a new place to set up operation. And he did. He also set up a general store and eventually turned this place into a town. If you've ever visit Ketchikan, make sure you check out the totem poles. They've got them all through the city, and they have some places where you can go see some really nice ones on these shore excursions set up by the local people and the cruise lines mostly. They are very impressive. These days, Ketchikan is just a cruise port, and that's pretty much how they make their money. They've got Creek Street, which is kind of an interesting look back at how the place used to be. You walk along Creek Street, there's all kinds of shops now, and dollies, which used to be where you could get hourly company. It's an interesting place. Me and my wife went into a bunch of the different shops, and the people were all friendly, and they all had knowledge about Creek Street and Ketchikan. They were very friendly and welcoming, and yeah, I mean, they work in a tourist area, so of course they're going to be. I'm sure you'll run into some of the locals that wish the cruise ships didn't show up, but if they didn't, I'm sure the town would pretty much collapse. I talked to a few younger people that worked in some of the shops that were Ketchikan locals, and when you have a small town like this, there's always that question. Do you want to get out of here? Is that like your dream to move out of here? And I asked one of the girls, I said, does every like young person just want to get out of Ketchikan? She goes, oh, completely. That's like our dream. We talk about it at lunch at high school. But it's a cute town. It's interesting. If you go to Alaska on a cruise ship, definitely get off, check it out, spend a little money and help the locals out. And that's one cool thing. It's not a whole bunch of corporate places. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is pretty much mom and pop type operations. You're not going to find a Target here or anything like that. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Be nice to each other.